Hey credit warriors, welcome to the show, and in this episode we are going to be looking at a rare breed of payment card. Just like bird watchers who go out in search of rare species, like this one in Papua New Guinea, or this one with a Donald Trump haircut, or this bird with the face of a tiger. Okay, that last one may have been photoshopped, but you get my point. We are looking at something rare in this video, and that is debit cards that pay you cashback rewards. You thought it was only credit cards that did that, didn't you? But no, there are actually debit cards that require no credit check to sign up that will pay you cashback rewards. Let's start by looking at one from a major bank, and then later on in the video, we will go through some more innovative cards that pay higher cashback rates. Number one, the Discover Cashback Debit. So the Discover Cashback Debit is the debit card associated with Discover's Cashback Debit account, which is a bank account. The card earns 1% back on up to $3,000 worth of spending each month. So if you do the math, you can earn up to $30 per month or $360 per year in cashback if you max it out. It's a good option if you're comparing it to a debit card that earns nothing, but as you'll see later, you can do way better. Right, let's look at another one from a major bank. Number two, the Bank of America Visa debit card. Now this debit card earns cashback in a merchant by merchant system where you browse what they call Bank AmeriDeals on their mobile app. You'll find cashback deals for certain stores, and these can be up to 15%. But just realize 15% could be on Starbucks, where you spend just $4 or something on a cappuccino. It's unlikely that you will be earning cashback on very large purchases, or if you are, it'll probably be more like 1% because they just won't have high cashback rates on those deals. So this could be a cool card if you can't get a credit card because of no credit score and you spend a lot of money at Starbucks and Five Guys, but otherwise no. Right, let's look at something more innovative. Number three, the Save Debit Invest Card. Now this is a debit card, and again, there is no credit check to apply, and the way it works is that for every dollar of qualified spend you put on the card, Save, the company behind it, invests $1 on your behalf. There are three types of portfolio: conservative, moderate, and growth, and money will be allocated for you. I chose the moderate, and you can see I'm 24% in US equities, 34% in bonds, 8% in international equities, etc. Now they have averaged a return of 2.96% in their modeling that goes back to 2006, and that is an average based on the moderate portfolio from the three portfolio types. So if you go for a growth portfolio and it's a good year in the market, you could be getting quite a bit more than that. The amount of money in your portfolio is the amount of money that you have spent on the card so far that year. So you could be earning 3% or more on that, which is basically 3% or more cash back on the money that you spend on the card. Now Save does have a fee of 0.59%. That average, by the way, of 3% is after fees. And also, if your portfolio does not make more than 0.59%, you will not be charged anything. So there's no risk of you doing this and ending up having to pay a fee and not actually make any money. So what happens after a year? Well, you don't get to keep the money that is invested on your behalf, but you do get to keep the returns. I mean, this isn't an unlimited money printer like, I don't know, the Federal Reserve. So the money invested on your behalf leaves the account after a year, but you do keep the returns, which average at 3%. So if you spent $3,000 in January, for example, you would most likely get back 3% of that after a year, which would be $90. If you maxed out the Discover It card at $3,000, you would get just $30 back. Now there's a couple of things to remember for this card. You will only get money invested on your behalf if you use it for signature transactions. So in other words, when you use it at a credit card terminal, you must press credit, not debit. You can't use a PIN number, okay? You won't get money invested for you if you use the PIN number. It has to be signature. Also, there is a minimum spend requirement of $250 per month in order to have money invested on your behalf. That shouldn't be a problem for most people. But if you think about it, it is actually a pretty strong product. I mean, I can't even think of any credit cards that earn 3% on all spending, all right? There are cards that have 3%, 4% in categories, but not just on all spending. We often talk about 2% non-category cards, all right? So this is actually quite strong. Now, if you are interested in this card, I have a link for it below. It is an affiliate link. It does help out our show, so we do thank you very much if you use it. But anyway, if you'd like to know more, do click the link in the description. Let's move on to another one. Number four, the Current Debit Card. Now, this is the debit card that all the cool YouTubers like Mr. Beast and Logan Paul use, but it is actually a reasonable product. It earns cash back in a merchant by merchant style. There are some gas stations where you can earn between 3 and 5%, but you do have to activate a particular deal through the current app immediately before you use it, which could be a little bit frustrating. When I tried this product out, I found that the deals were a little bit limited if you live out in the country like me. Although there was a 4% back deal at this sushi restaurant in my local area that I really like, so that was cool. But you won't be earning cash back on all of your spending. However, if you live in New York City or LA, I think it's a lot more likely that there'll be more stores where the card earns cash back. Current also has a load of other features like getting paid 2 days early and stuff like that. We're not going to talk about them here because really this video is just comparing the cash back that these cards earn. All right, let's now move on to the last card that we're going to talk about in today's video. Number 5, the Coinbase debit card. Now this is a product that's a little bit different to some of the other cards in this video because it is a debit card that is only available to customers of the Coinbase cryptocurrency exchange, although you could become a customer and it's not like there's any minimum deposit requirement. You can literally just open up an account. It's that easy. However, there is a wait list for the card, so you wouldn't be able to get it straight away. Now, I've been on the wait list and I do actually have the card now. Now, this card actually earns you up to 4% back in different cryptocurrencies, and you can choose which crypto you want to earn your cash back in. They include 4% back on XLM, 4% on GRT, 4% on AMP, 4% on RLY, and then just 1% back on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin, and also 1% back on DAI, which is the only stable coin on the list. It has a soft peg to the US dollar. So you can earn 4% back on some pretty volatile cryptos, 1% back on the more stable ones, and there's one which is actually a stable coin that you can earn 1% on. Now, I would only really recommend this card to people who are actively involved in cryptocurrency already, because there are so many ways that you can just completely wipe out your rewards, okay, without realizing. Like, for example, if you are using the card and spending your crypto and you bought crypto especially to use the card with, well, Coinbase charges a fee for that. Like, look, if I buy $100 worth of Bitcoin and spend using my Coinbase card, I would get hit with a $2.99 fee when I buy it, which is 3%. So now I'm only earning 1% instead of 4%. So you need to either use the card to pay in US dollars, or with crypto that you bought a long time ago and it's already appreciated in value, or with crypto that you bought on a different exchange with a lower fee and then you sent it over to your Coinbase wallet. So, it can be a little bit advanced. And then just remember, if you're earning 4%, all the coins that earn 4% are much more volatile. So Stellar Lumens XLM, for example, it was valued at 80 cents per coin earlier this year. Well, now it's just 37 cents. So if you were earning 4% back then and you didn't cash out your rewards, well, you would have halved the value of it. And basically it's equivalent to you only earning 2% instead of 4% if you were cashing it out now. Now, to combat this, what you would do is immediately cash out your rewards once you'd earn them to a stable coin like DAI, not to US dollars, because Coinbase, again, charges you a fee for that. So as you can see, this card could be good for people who know what they're doing, because there is the chance of massive gains. You could earn 4% on some cryptocurrency and then it shoots up and you've actually earned 8%. But for people who don't know what they're doing, there are too many ways to just completely devalue your rewards through fees, price fluctuations, etc. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video and I hope it's given you some insight into some of these rare debit cards. They're not credit cards, but they still earn you cashback rewards. Now, like I said, the only one we have an affiliate link to is the Save card. So if you are interested in that, it is a very innovative product. Do check it out. Click on the link below, have a look. As always, please subscribe to our channel if you're new for more credit card and personal finance tips and tricks almost every day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.